Have you ever wondered what really happens inside the female body every month? The menstrual cycle is a natural and complex process that prepares the body for a potential pregnancy. It involves different organs, hormones, and biological changes working together like clockwork. Did you know that hormonal changes throughout the menstrual cycle can impact your energy levels, mood, and even productivity? In fact, research shows that women may experience up to a 25% variation in their cognitive performance due to hormonal fluctuations. Understanding these changes can help you optimize your schedule for maximum efficiency. Let's dive into the fascinating world of the menstrual cycle and how you can use it to your advantage. Whether you're trying to conceive, track your cycle, or just want to understand how your body works, this video will guide you through each phase of the menstrual cycle in detail. If today is your first time seeing my video, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more informative content. The female reproductive system is designed to create life, but even when pregnancy doesn't happen, it follows a repeating cycle every month. The key organs involved in this cycle are the uterus, a muscular organ where a fertilized egg would implant and develop into a baby. The lining of the uterus, called the endometrium, thickens every month in preparation for pregnancy. The endometrium. This is the inner lining of the uterus that changes throughout the cycle. If pregnancy does not occur, this lining is shed, which is what we recognize as menstruation. The fallopian tubes. These are narrow tubes connecting the ovaries to the uterus. They help transport the egg from the ovary to the uterus, and fertilization usually happens here. The ovaries, two small, oval-shaped organs that contain thousands of follicles. Each follicle holds an immature egg. During each cycle, one of these eggs matures and is released during ovulation. Now that we know the key players, let's dive into what happens during each phase of the menstrual cycle. The menstrual cycle isn't just about periods. It's a complex process controlled by hormones that influence everything from your mood to your energy levels. Today, we'll break down each phase of the cycle: menstrual, follicular, ovulatory, and luteal, so you can understand how to work with your body instead of against it. By aligning your activities with your cycle, you can boost productivity and improve overall well-being. The cycle officially starts on day 1, the first day of menstrual bleeding. The body sheds the thick, nutrient-rich lining of the uterus through the vagina. This usually lasts between 3 to 7 days, though it varies from person to person. The first day of bleeding marks the beginning of the cycle. During this time, estrogen and progesterone levels are low, which can lead to fatigue and low motivation. Here's a productivity tip. Allow yourself to rest and focus on low-energy tasks like planning, brainstorming, or self-care. The reason for this bleeding? If pregnancy didn't happen in the previous cycle, the body clears out the old uterine lining and prepares for a new one. The follicular phase lasts from days 6 to 14. At the same time, the pituitary gland, a small gland in the brain, releases a hormone called follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH. This hormone travels to the ovaries and signals multiple follicles to start maturing. Your pituitary gland releases follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH, which stimulates the follicles inside the ovaries. These follicles begin to grow, maturing the egg inside and producing estrogen. Estrogen helps prepare the uterus in case of pregnancy by thickening the endometrium. By day 7, one follicle becomes dominant and produces a high amount of estrogen, signaling the next phase of the cycle. As estrogen rises, your energy, mood, and cognitive function improve. This is when you'll feel most motivated and mentally sharp. Here's a productivity tip. Use this time to tackle creative projects, make important decisions, and engage in high-energy workouts. Each follicle contains an egg, but usually only one will grow into a dominant egg that is ready for ovulation. As the follicles develop, they release estrogen, a hormone that helps rebuild the uterine lining in preparation for a possible pregnancy. Ovulation, the peak of fertility, around day 14. As we approach day 14, something crucial happens. The dominant follicle in the ovary has been producing large amounts of estrogen, which signals the brain to release luteinizing hormone, or LH. The surge of LH is what triggers ovulation. The dominant follicle bursts open, releasing a mature egg into the fallopian tube. This process is called ovulation, and it usually happens around the middle of the cycle. Ovulation occurs when a mature egg is released from the ovary. Estrogen peaks and testosterone also increases slightly, leading to high confidence, sociability, and mental clarity. Here's a productivity tip. Schedule presentations, networking events, and collaborative work during this phase. Once the egg is released, the fimbria, which are tiny hair-like structures at the end of the fallopian tube, gently sweep the egg inside. The egg will then begin its journey down the fallopian tube toward the uterus. This is the most fertile time in the cycle. If sperm is present, fertilization can occur. The egg only survives for about 12 to 24 hours, but sperm can live in the reproductive tract for up to 5 days. This is why couples trying to conceive aim to have intercourse in the days leading up to ovulation. The luteal phase, preparing for pregnancy from day 15 to day 28. After ovulation, the body enters the luteal phase, which lasts from day 15 to day 28. During this phase, the empty follicle, now called the corpus luteum, begins producing progesterone, a hormone that helps maintain the uterine lining in case of fertilized egg implants. Progesterone has a big impact on how you feel during this phase. Many women experience increased energy, heightened libido, and even changes in cervical mucus, becoming clear and stretchy, similar to raw egg whites. Progesterone rises, creating a calming effect. However, towards the end of this phase, progesterone drops, leading to PMS symptoms like fatigue, irritability, and bloating. Here's a productivity tip. Focus on completing existing projects rather than starting new ones, and practice self-care to manage mood swings. If pregnancy doesn't happen, progesterone levels start to drop towards the end of the cycle. This drop triggers premenstrual syndrome, or PMS, which can include mood swings, bloating, acne, and breast tenderness. As progesterone continues to decline, the uterus gets ready to shed its lining, marking the beginning of a new cycle. The cycle resets. Back to menstruation day 28 to day 1. On day 28, if fertilization hasn't occurred, progesterone and estrogen levels fall dramatically, causing the uterine lining to break down and shed. This is the start of a new period, and the cycle begins again. The menstrual cycle is a beautifully orchestrated process that happens every month, showcasing the resilience and strength of the female body. Understanding your menstrual cycle is key to knowing your body. Every woman's cycle is unique, ranging from 21 to 35 days. Understanding your cycle helps with tracking fertility, managing symptoms, and maintaining reproductive health. Menstruation is a natural and powerful process that showcases the strength of women. Many people struggle with energy fluctuations, mood swings, and productivity dips without realizing that their menstrual cycle plays a major role. Have you ever wondered why some days you feel unstoppable while on others, even simple tasks feel overwhelming? It's all tied to hormonal shifts. The key is awareness. Once you understand what's happening in your body, you can make better decisions for your health, work, and daily life. If you're proud of being a woman or know someone who should hear this, share this video with them. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications for more educational content. Let us know in the comments what topics you'd like us to cover next. See you in the next video.